Hello everyone, I'm Mr. T. Mitchell, and this is the Great Sports Debate, Harrison Boggs. Let's debate this mother! Matt Boggs, if we could have Muhammad Ali versus Mike Tyson, both in their prime, who would come out with the victory?
I'm going to go out with a shocker on this one, and I'm going to say Mike Tyson over Ali. I know that's controversial. I know you're going to disagree with me. But Mike Tyson was so ferocious. He was so mean. I don't think Muhammad Ali's defense was going to stand up to that. What do you think?
His defense was amazing. The rope-a-dope strategy was incredible. He beat better competition. George Foreman, Ken Norton Sr., Joe Frazier. Beat them all in their prime. Better boxers than Tyson. Tyson was KO'd by Buster Douglas in Japan. A chump who wasn't even ranked at the time.
Well, you know what I'm about to say, right?
Go ahead.
When Cus D'Amato died, Cus D'Amato was Mike Tyson's hero. He was his everything. When Cus D'Amato died, Mike Tyson was not the same fighter. Mike Tyson annihilated everybody up until the point Cus D'Amato died. Then he lost to Buster Douglas. Buster Douglas was not the better boxer. Mike Tyson was just defeated mentally.
Mike Tyson was a bully. He lived off intimidation. He intimidated all these chumps. These guys from the bars. All he did was intimidate them, bully them, push them around the first round, and knock them out. When the push came to shove, he got punched in the face. His whole game plan was thrown away. He got beat cleanly. He's so mentally weak, he's dependent on an old fat man. Please.
Okay, my question to you, the general public, where was Evander Holyfield when Mike Tyson was knocking everybody out? Nowhere. When Mike Tyson lost to Buster Douglas, then where was Evander Holyfield? Oh, he wanted to fight then. He seen his mental loss and his weakness, then he wanted to fight him. Why would No Names fight Mike Tyson? Because they had to. Why would Mike Tyson have to fight greater competition afterwards? Because they seen a weakness in him.
Ali would exploit that weakness easily. He beat Mike Tyson in the 1970s. George Foreman, bigger, stronger, hit way harder. You see the fucking tapes George Foreman busting those heavy bags in half? Better fighter than Tyson ever thought about being. George Foreman was amazing. He overcame the odds and beat him. His reach, his jab, no question. He takes Tyson easily.
He threw punches like Ronnie Mathis. George Foreman.
He never ran a haymaker at Maxwell Mooney.
That's what he does. That was his game. If that was Evander Holyfield's game and Mike Tyson would have beat him, it wouldn't be that respectable, would it?
Mike lived off intimidation. Once that aura of intimidation was gone, he was useless.
I don't agree with that.
He never beat top-notch fighters. All he beat his top competition. Beating up on Leon Spinks don't mean nothing. Get Leon in right now.
So his first 35 fights, you act like they didn't happen?
He beat up King Sport's finest. What do you want him to do? He beat nobodies. He didn't beat people like Ali beat. He didn't beat Sonny Liston. He didn't beat Ken Norton. He didn't beat Joe Frazier.
Those people are only names because they fought Muhammad Ali.
They were great boxers with great records, not bums in the fucking...
You act like Joe Frazier
112.
didn't knock out Muhammad Ali.
He didn't knock him out. It was a decision victory. Ali was never knocked out in his prime.
We knocked him down.
Okay. My dog knocked me down 2 weeks ago. I knocked down, really.
We did.
I knocked
I know it's
down.
something we gotta keep going though.
I knocked down, really.
Muhammad Ali fought people that were big names because they were big names for boxing. When Mike Tyson started fighting, nobody was a big name in boxing. He was the last big name in boxing.
George Foreman.
You know, if I may interject here, they said that, just like you said, the point that, Mike Tyson didn't have any big names when he started fighting. So that kind of makes Ali a little bit better in that respect because, Ali did have the big names, George Foreman, Joe Frazier, all those big names to fight, and he beat those people. So how is it not the fact that Muhammad Ali gets more respect because he beat those big name fighters?
My point is, Muhammad Ali fought people in an era where boxing mattered. Mike Tyson came in a time where nobody knew anybody's fucking name, but he was just ruthless, and he was killing people. Who's he gonna fight? He fought everybody, and then it got into the 90s, and Evander Holyfield. Oh, after Customato died, Mike Tyson was practically fucking psychotic. And then he had to fight Holyfield. Then he had to fight Holyfield again. Then he had to fight Lennox Lewis. Those people were not fighting him back then. That's my point.
Mentally weak as he was against a mental fight like Ali, that he could have beat him with an iron jaw.
The great thing about fighting is you don't have to be that fucking smart. You just have to kick somebody's fucking ass.
Boxing's a lot of intelligence, a lot of defense in professional
Not the way Mike Tyson fought.
Exactly, it's reckless, it's out of control. Once you realize that, once you get past the initial onslaught, that he didn't have much.
But how wonderful do you have to be to get past that initial onslaught?
Buster Douglas wasn't wonderful, he got past that.
Mike Tyson, you know this, Mike Tyson said, I did not train for this fight. He didn't even take it seriously.
What do you take
and he got his ass kicked.
Would you take Ali seriously in this Bronco?
Absolutely. We're talking about, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about in their primes, Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson. I think Mike Tyson would knock his fucking head off.
I don't think so. Nobody ever knocked Ali.
You're not. Ali's a pussy fighter. Ali's a pussy fighter.
You don't think George Foreman hit hard?
Yes, absolutely.
In his 40s, he beat people that Mike Tyson beat in their primes. Michael
Absolutely.
Moore.
Is that Mike Tyson's fault?
Michael Moore.
Because they got older, is that his fault?
Doesn't matter. I'm talking about George Foreman beat Michael Moore when he was 40-some years old. He's still able to beat him in his 40s.
Ali is a defensive fighter.
Better in his 20s?
There's nothing more boring than a defensive fighter.
I don't care how boring he is.
Go see your Klitschko's on that one.
I don't care how boring he is. He's still a better fighter.
Why? Because of the names he beat? Does that really make him a better boxer?
Mike Tyson's a slugger, a one-punch knockout kind of guy. Ali is a real fighter. He used his mind. He was able to beat.
Yeah, he'll jab you to death.
He used his jab. He used his reach. He finished George Foreman.
That's what's wrong with
Nobody's
boxing.
even close to
That's
beating
what's wrong with boxing.
That's not modern boxing. He was able to beat George
I
Foreman.
know you're not. That's what's wrong with boxing.
He's able to beat George Foreman's pride, knock out George Foreman. George Foreman's invincible. He's crushing everybody.
Yeah.
Knocking out Frazier in the
You're
first
right.
round. Knocking out North. Knocking out everybody.
You know what we're doing? We're using references in these two boxers' careers to say this one would beat the other one. But my only point is Mike Tyson was so vicious, I don't care how good Ali could throw a jab, he would get knocked the fuck out.
Okay. If I may interject here, that brings us to another point we can debate here. How boxing has kind of lost slack compared to MMA. And that goes with the style of fighting that we're talking about here, as far as Ali, as far as Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, people loved him because he was such an exciting fighter. He was so vicious. He brought so much excitement because he knocked people out. And Ali was more of a finesse boxer, the old-timey boxer where, you mentally beat your opponent. And nowadays, the MMA has kind of took that shine away from boxing. So that's kind of, what do you guys think about us getting a new boxer in there like Mike Tyson, or that brings excitement back to boxing?
Never happened. Not in a million years. All the great athletes don't do boxing now.
I have to agree. Fighters nowadays, they're not going to do boxing. Unfortunately, that breaks my heart. But
60s and 70s, their athletes went into boxing. They didn't go to pro football. They didn't go to baseball, basketball, whatever. They went to boxing as one of the big four sports. Now, not even close.
Boxing's dead, unfortunately. I would love to see, Rampage Jackson, some of these people fight in boxing. But it's just not going to happen. MMA's the thing now.
There's no money in boxing unless your name's Pacquiao, De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather. Who else makes money? Klitschko makes money, but he fights overseas. He never comes to America to fight. It's a joke.
If I may, the Klitschko brothers are single-handedly ruining boxing. All they do is play defense. The American public wants to see... Shut that mouth. The American public wants to see people slugging it out. All they do is protect themselves. They score points, protect themselves. That is boring. That is killing the sport. And I don't condone it. Love boxing. Don't condone it, State.
Back to our original argument, Ali may have been exciting, but Ali would beat him because he's a better defensive boxer. To handle Tyson, Joe Frazier was a Mike Tyson. Short guy trying to get inside.
Yeah, and Joe Frazier beat Ali.
He beat him by decision. They fought 3 times. Only beat him 2-1.
Okay, this debate has been a good one. We've decided that, it's up in the air. We will never know whether Mike Tyson or Muhammad Ali would have won that fight. Will we ever know? Will boxing ever come back? We will never know. But this has been the Great Sports Debate. Harrison Boggs.